So I just like to encourage anybody else out there that maybe struggles with things or feels misunderstood to just like keep showing up and sharing your story and your experiences, because like there are people who probably need to hear you and like know that they're not alone. What's up, friends? I'm Empathetic Chicken, and today I want to talk about zines. Recently, I've been kind of like getting back into zines. I think like the first zine, like I think you'd count this as a zine, but it's basically like my first introduction to zines that I can remember. Sticky notes. But yeah, it's just basically like, this is backwards, so it's kind of hard. I don't know, it has sort of that like copy paste stuff. It just looks sort of like zine-esque with the scrappy nature of it and stuff, but this is sort of like I guess like a group effort of people. It's called Navigating the Space Between Brilliance and Madness, a reader and roadmap of bipolar worlds, assembled by the Icarus project. So I guess it's just a bunch of people got together and like talked about their experience with like mental illness and stuff. And I remember when I found it in like a feminist bookstore like way back in probably like 2015 or somewhere around that area. Yeah, it was just like super cool, and I just really resonated with the stories in it, and or not really stories, but just like people's personal experiences and how they kind of like experience the world, because I've always sort of resonated with like mental illness stuff. I mean, I don't like personally claim labels, but I understand like why people do, and it's definitely nice to have sort of like a name for certain things. So yeah, that book was like pretty influential in the beginning, or just like inspiring, I guess that's a better word. And then like they did other ones that I collected, but I haven't read them all. But yeah, and then like I was actually like digging up all my old zines that I've collected, and I kind of forgot I even had this one. But I think I remember this was somebody I connected with on Instagram way back, and then she had made this zine and I got it, which makes me want to like look her up now and see if she still makes stuff. But yeah, and then I got this friend, Manessis, I can't say it, Frannard. But she it's probably not the best showing of this, but anyway, she made a zine, I got that, and then Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance made a zine, like when he went solo, and so like I remember just like really loving this zine and just being inspired by it. So yeah, that's just a few that I have. But recently, I've been, like I said, kind of like reigniting my little passion and stuff for zines, and that's sort of why I made my own. This is probably my second one. My first one was like this little, I don't know, I called it like a little mini comic, but it was basically like a one-page zine where you like fold it and it makes like a little thing. A lot like this one, which is by Dana Moth, and she has an awesome channel that I recently discovered. But this is like yeah. Anyway, but this is actually part of a subscription thing that she has called like Snail Mail Society. So like every month I get like this cool envelope with stuff from her, and this was included in it. And this is a My Chemical Romance lyric zine, and it actually inspired me to make my own My Chemical Romance zine because I'm going to the concert in September in Atlanta, and I don't know, it was just like super cool to see somebody else like be a fan and make a cool thing, and I'm like, dude, this is neat. Like, I gotta get in on this. So like, she actually did a whole video on her channel if you want to check it out. It's called like Roll for Zine. I think it's called like Make a My Chemical Romance Zine with me. And yeah, so it was just super inspiring. I love her channel, and I actually sent my zine to her to review because she does like zine reviews on her channel. And she reviewed it, and then also sent me like this mail. Like, we're pen pals now, man. Like, I mean, I haven't responded yet, but she sent me like a zine and like some other stuff. It's like a My Chemical Romance themed little like paper, and it was just like really neat because like there's just like references. I can't remember like fully, but anyway, there were like references to like MCR stuff or like Gerard, I can't remember, in her zine. And then like in my bio thing, like about me page, like I have a like an MCR quote that's like the basis of like my message or whatever. So I just thought it was really cool to connect with another person that, like, she said, like, I heard her in that video where she made this, like, I heard her say, like, MCR is her favorite band, and I was like, it's my favorite band, like, fellow soul, you know? So it was just, like, neat, and I've become, like, inspired to make my own. So anyway, I feel like that was a really roundabout way of saying I want to make a zine. So if you want, you can make one too, or just, like, hang out with me while I make one. But I'm curious also, like, do you have any zine recommendations? Anyway, it's just like a super cool community so far that I'm finding, like, just people that trade zines and like just send mail, like actual mail. It's still like a thing, you know? It's just really nice, like, in the digital age to just like have, you know, like tactile like stuff, you know? I mean, I don't know. Just to me, I'm just like a physical, like, hands-on kind of person. Like, I just like to, like, books and stuff, I like to physically have a copy. I don't really like reading stuff on my phone. So yeah, I have I dug up all my old stuff from teenage me. Like, I have like a scrapbook, which I'm not going to show that because there's a lot of like embarrassing photos in it. But I did photocopy one photo of me and my MCR shirt I'm going to use. And then I have like my huge like binder with all the stuff from being a teenager in it. And I just like photocopied some of my old art that I did. Oh yeah, I even photocopied like one of my old shirts from like, I had so many MCR shirts, but I don't really know. I think I gave a lot of them to my niece, and yeah, so I have like a couple, but not many. Anyway, I've got the pieces and I don't really have a plan, but I just thought it would be fun to just like see what I come up with. So the first part of this video I recorded back in August of last year, and I was going to the concert and I did like the first couple pages, and then I don't know, I just kind of left the project on the sidelines, and then I went to the concert and I just didn't feel like picking it back up until probably January of this year. So with this zine, I kind of just wanted to highlight how I discovered MCR and just like the impact that they've had for me, like especially in my teenage years, because I used to listen to them a lot just to feel like, I don't know, just kind of calm me down and help me to process emotions and stuff, just like as an outlet, and just something, I don't know, there's just something about music that can like help you tap into certain things, and just felt really comforting. And I'll just kind of go into that more in the zine, but I just think it's really cool how music and art in general can just like be there for people in ways like emotionally, and just like as an outlet, like I said. And that's definitely what music has been for me, and like specifically MCR, because that's like my favorite band. Just I don't know, it just helped me a lot to not feel so alone. Like, as weird as that sounds, like, just this gave me like this imaginary armor to feel less scared and alone, like in school, because I had a lot of struggles with social anxiety. This is how it's looking so far. Got my cover, and I kind of did stuff out of order, but I'm going to make it right when I scan it in. So that's going to be page 1, and then it's going to turn over, and then this is going to be like the spread, and then I'm going to have to fix it to where this is the next spread. And then, I don't know where I'm going next. It might be the end soon. Maybe I'll do like a little top 5 songs or something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna think about it. I didn't capture this page, but there's another page that I added where I just talked about like home life and just how that was kind of difficult with the, I'm not even going into super depth, but just like living where we lived. It's just like in the middle of nowhere, and there's no, like, hardly any social interaction. Like, even if I wanted friends, there just weren't many people around. And not being able to make friends at school, it just, I don't know, it was just easier to connect with like art and just making stuff and using my imagination, and just kind of go into like how that helped me. And sometimes like art's like a necessary escape for people. I know I said earlier that I was gonna do like top 5 songs, but I just couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't simplify my favorite songs because I just have so many of them. So I don't know, maybe this could just be like a little roadmap to some of the good songs, even though I pretty much like every song they've made. I didn't put every song on here, even though it looks like I did. I just can remember like specific times in my life where I listened to these songs, which makes it like really hard to like leave that out, you know? Like, I just can't boil it down to like one song or like 5. Yeah, I just wanted to end on like a couple lyrics, and then just sort of like a little bit about how like My Chemical Romance has also inspired, I don't know, I guess like my mission, like as a creative and like business owner and stuff. Like, I just feel like how they kind of help me is a similar way of how I'd like to help others. And like, it's a really cool concept to think about, like making things and then not knowing exactly who will find them, but like, I don't know, just the idea of how whatever you make could be like something that really helps somebody through something difficult, or it's just like you don't know how influential your creations could be and who might be looking for that thing that you're the one that has to create, you know? This was like the actual concert, which was really magical, even though it was like super stressful because like it was crowded and got hit in the head with a water bottle, and I was kind of like on the sidelines of a mosh pit, and I was getting banged up and stuff, even though I just kind of wanted to watch the show. But it's cool, like, everybody do what they do, I guess. Enjoy however you want to. I just wasn't my idea of a fun time. But yeah, it was anyway, it was worth it despite all of that stress. I just know that I've kind of struggled with like meaninglessness in life a lot, and art kind of is that meaning for me, like making stuff and trying to contribute in some way, like through what I make. So I just like to encourage anybody else out there that maybe struggles with things or feels misunderstood to just like keep showing up and sharing your story and your experiences, because like there are people who probably need to hear you and like know that they're not alone. It's kind of just what I wanted to emphasize with this zine. I mean, aside from just appreciating MCR and the impact that they've had, but also how our creations can really change the world for people.